Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm, where we're back in the chicken coop today to run a little experiment. Now what we're going to be doing is playing around with the idea of green manure. Now I've got a spare bay down the far end, bay number 3. So what we're going to do is start throwing out some legume seeds, and we're going to see how if this actually works for us in the way that we're going to prepare our beds. So I've got a spring-summer mix, because the weather has just now turned on. So come with me, we'll get a few things and I'll see you soon. Okay, now here we are in bay number 3. Now this is the bay that we're going to try our little experiment on with the legumes. So what I have in my hot little hand here is a packet of green manure seeds from Eden Seeds. Now this little pack here is 400 grams. And they're telling me that we could do 100 square meters. So obviously we don't have that here. We're close to 25. So we'll only be using a quarter of this. And the idea being is that we're just going to spread it around. We're going to let it sit. And just before these little seeds start flowering, we're going to cut everything down and mix it all up back into the soil. Now, what they're telling me is it's going to put more carbon back into our soils. Now we've got a heap of carbon here and it's still quite moist, even on this beautiful day. So what we'll do is we'll spread it around. I'll get a rake. We'll do what we need to do. We'll give it a good water and then we can go from there. Now I was really quite, I was thinking to myself, we're really going to need to give these seeds a really good bedding. So I was lucky enough, obviously with making our own soil here at Fat Cow Farm, I had half a bin left over. So we're looking at around about half a cubic metre, and I've spread that around now. So this is all ready to go. I'm going to mix up the seeds. We'll chuck them everywhere. We'll do it like a madman. We'll just have a big seed party everywhere. We'll give it a good water and we'll see how we go. So let me get this open. We'll start chucking them around and I'll see you soon. Okay, now I'm just having a quick look through it now, and I've got broad beans. Looks like I've got some mustard seeds in there. I've got some corn. Looks like some sunflowers. So it's a bit of a mix of everything. And like I said before, what we'll do is we'll just spread this around. And the idea being is that they're going to start sprouting and give this area here a good ground cover. Now that's what we want for the summer period, because it's starting to warm up now and we don't want our soils cooking too much. So we want to keep the moisture in there. And we've never done this here at Fat Cow Farm, so it's going to be an interesting sort of little exercise to see, once it's all been set up, we've cut everything down, we've mulched it back in. They're telling me that I have to then wait a month before I can start planting out, which works out perfectly for bay number 1, which we're going to plant out. And this will pretty much coincide after we're halfway through our harvest there. Now, the only thing really is I don't know the time, and I would be thinking it would be close to about 6 weeks, month and a half, before we cut these down. So let's get to it. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll just start chucking them around everywhere. Got to make sure that the chickens are already keen. So I'll tell you what, let me finish this off and I'll come and find you and we'll go from there. I'll see you soon. All right, so I've spread them all out everywhere. I couldn't help myself, I've used the whole packet. It was too much fun. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to quickly rake these over, like so. We'll get them under the ground. I'm really not going to spend too much time getting it all sort of squared away. All right, so what I'll do, let me finish this off. I'll come and find you. We'll get it all watered in and we'll see what happens, mate. So all good. Until then, I'll see you soon. All right, so here we are. We've raked everything in. We'll give everything a really good water. I reckon we'd start seeing something in around about 2 weeks. We'll need to make sure that we keep the chickens out of here, obviously, otherwise they're going to go crazy and eating all the seeds. So, as you can see, up here at Fat Cow Farm, I've installed another one of those little sea flow pumps, little diaphragm pump. Check it out, mate. How good's that? So we're never out of water, and we'll go from there. So, all about experimenting with green manure and everything else, and trying to put it back into the soil, making the soil nice and healthy. Like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.